everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you. I hope that you're able to take this practice and bring it with you for the rest of the day, in the sense that you're going to tune into the present moment, feel connected to your body, your mind, and your breath. And that's always a good thing to keep with us, right? So let's begin today with just connecting to our body and our breath and our mind. We're going to start with taking some intentional breaths and closing the eyes. And as we do so, we're going to focus more on the body lifting on the inhale and falling on the exhale. So this rise of the chest and the belly, and then the exhale is the fall of the chest and the belly, navel touching the spine. You can also begin to give yourself permission to relax. Relax the shoulders, relax the back body, relax the sits bone. Let the weight fall into the sits bone. You have the seat beneath you, so you can feel pretty confident that you are supported, completely supported by the seat. Also relax the thighs, the legs. Let the weight fall from the knees into the ankles, and from the ankles into the feet. Again, the weight falls into the feet because the feet are supported. If you just press your toes into the ground a little bit, you can feel the soles of the feet connect to the floor beneath you. As you inhale and exhale, allow the breath to flow. Imagine that it can make it to your feet or any other part of your body that you so desire throughout this practice. Also, maybe notice where your tongue is. If your tongue is at the top of the mouth, see if you can intentionally relax that, allowing the jaw to be loose, letting the breath flow easy through the mouth and through the throat into the belly body. Breathing in and breathing out. If you want to drop your hands by your side, you can do that, or you can keep them on your thighs. Do your best to allow the weight to fall down your arms, the full length of the limb. Relax and be easy. Nothing to do and nowhere to go for the next hour. We're just going to be here, taking care of our body, honoring ourselves, respecting our mind, and really connecting to our breath, that life force inside of us. And as you sit here, just notice what it feels like. If your eyes are open, I invite you to close them. If you do choose to keep the eyes open, just keep them fixated on something in front of you so that you can maintain the meditation and the focus on that thing. Breath by breath, moment by moment. And do your best not to shift anything or try to change it or expect this to be a certain way. Just allow yourself to be present, breath by breath, completely feeling your body, completely in touch with your emotions. And we're going to take a collective breath together. If you like, you can take your hands and place them on your belly, just so that you can connect to the rise and the fall and really use the fingertips to help you stay focused on the belly body here. On your next exhale, let go of all the stale air. Let the navel touch the spine. Maybe even you make a sound like shh with your voice. Inhale into the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and pause for a moment. And then exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shh. Navel touches the spine. Inhale and breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Pause for a moment. And then exhale to the count of 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shh. Last bit of stale air out of the body. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Really try to hear that inhale in. Listen for those distinct sounds. And then exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your hands back down by the sides. If your eyes are closed, keep them closed. Just notice your own breath now. Try to find your own rhythm. It's really important to connect to the rhythm of your breath. Know that it will change throughout the yoga practice. As you become more loose from the movement, you're going to find the fluidity of the breath alters and adjusts. And then also in the beginning of practice, you might find things more rigid, and that's also normal. See if you can be okay with all parts of this practice. And just when you think you've let go a little bit more. Maybe open up the fingertips and wiggle them a little bit. Let the fingertips dangle. Let the arms dangle. Keep a nice straight spine though. Think about vertebrae stacked on top of vertebrae. Strong back body. Feel the back muscles. Take a few breaths and just send it to your back muscles. This is this part of the body we want to try to keep as erect as possible. Strong back body. Tuck the belly in maybe a little bit. Sit up a little bit taller in your seat. Come out of the pelvic bowl. Lift out of the rib cage. And allow for your shoulders to not hold you up, but to be up. Sometimes we take our shoulders and we bring them to our ears. But we don't need to do that right now. We have a strong belly body that can hold us up out of our pelvic bowl. If you like to keep the eyes closed, you can for this part of the practice, but if you want to open them, that's fine as well. You can begin to lift up the arms, bringing them to shoulders length, palms facing the ceiling. Roll the shoulders away from the ears and just sit there for a moment. Breathing in and breathing out. Start to notice the arm muscle. Really important to find these muscles in the arm body, starting with the upper arm, the tricep, and the bicep. Allow them to guide these arm lifts. Also, feel the weight on the fingertips and just notice that gravity does have resistance here. It does provide some resistance for us, and that is what we look for. We don't want to avoid the resistance. We want to actually use it to our advantage. So allow your fingertips to press out a little bit more to each wall on the left and the right side. Breathe in and out, and then slowly take the hands, flip them as if they're facing the ground beneath you, and then allow the arms to come back down by the sides to the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Just feel what that did to the arms. Notice the strength in those muscles. Use these muscles to help you do your next lift. Coming up to shoulders length apart, flipping the hands, allowing the hands to be facing the ceiling. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in and out. Let the fingertips extend a little bit more, even if you bring in the elbows just a little bit and then push it back out so that you can get a little more length. And then sky flip the hands. Take that sky flip and now press those hands towards the ground. Gently allow the fingertips to come back down by the sides to the count of 4. Think about that exhale of that breath. So inhale, bring the arms back to shoulder length. 1, 2, 3. Pause for that moment. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, hands are facing towards the ground because that's the direction we're going in. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you pause. So you kind of can start to connect the breath to the movement. Lift up the arms once again, shoulders length. Extend the fingertips out to the count of 3. Pause for that moment. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. I want you to get in the habit of doing that, but keep your posture. And then bring the hands down by the side to the count of 4 when you're ready. It's okay if you give an extra breath or 2 in between. Don't worry, we're not looking for perfection here. Allow the arms to come up, but this time I want you to bring them all the way up above your head. Now we're still going to roll those shoulders away from the ears on that pause. Pause for a moment. Breathing in and out, stay right here in seated mountain pose. If you like to add an extension in your back body, you can do so by lifting out of your pelvic bowl, lifting towards your heart center, and then maybe taking your chin and looking up towards the ceiling, and your chin kind of just follows. If a back bend is part of your practice, you can slightly bend the back, just a little bit, not a lot to start. And then bring the hands down by the side and keep it to that same 4 count. Notice how the pacing in the breath is the same, but the arms now move a little bit faster. Inhale, arms up overhead to mountain pose to the count of 3, 2, 1. On that pause, roll those shoulders away from the ears. And then on the exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're picking up the pace just a little bit. Let's do that 2 more times. Using the biceps and the triceps, activate those muscles. Lifting up, be completely present and intentional. When we come up, roll those shoulder blades back away from the ears. You're going to hear me say that so many times. We don't need your shoulders to do the heavy lifting. Squeeze those biceps and triceps. And then on your next count of 4, let go. Coming down by the sides. Beautiful. Last one, make it your own, guys. So go ahead, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Yeah, there you go. Keep reaching. Don't follow me, follow yourself. Roll those shoulder blades back away from the ears. Yeah, there you go. I know you can do it. And then start to come down. 4, 3, beautiful. 2 and 1. Oh, you're the best. Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful. Stay here for just a moment. Yes, soak that up. Feel those arms. Feel the significance in the change in the upper body. And we didn't even do much yet. So we're still warming up. Drop the chin, bring it down to the chest. Let the head hang heavy. Allow the nape of the neck to get just a little bit of decompression. That's when that nape of that neck area pulls apart so that you get a little bit of relaxation in between each one of your vertebrae and cervical bones. Breathe in and out, but keep the back body straight. We have a tendency to want to just lean forward, and because our head is forward, and technically our head is kind of heavy because we have our mind in there, our brain and stuff. So you want to actually have to squeeze those belly muscles to keep that body in a place where you're in a nice posture. So you really do got to kind of work to keep the posture. Roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. Relax the left arm a little bit more. Keep the posture. Again, the head is heavy. The head wants to draw us a certain way. Try to maintain the posture, but just keep the pose. Maintain the posture, but keep the pose. And breathe. Take about 2 breaths. Allow those breaths to be as long as you like or as short as you like. And we're going to come back then down to the center chest line. Again, noticing the neck, the nape of the neck, feeling the decompression. And then roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. Make sure you readjust your body. Keep a strong belly, strong back. Allow the right shoulder to be a little bit looser. Breathing in and out. 2 breaths. Make it your own. If you want to keep your eyes closed, you can. If you want to keep them open, you can. Your choice. Come back to center. And take your hands, both hands, place them on top of your head. This is the cranium area. This is that back of the head where it's almost like your fingertips touch it and they can almost cup around it. When you let your hands just sit there, no pressure, no forcing. what happens is the chin tucks a little bit more into that chest area. So you're using gravity here to help you. Breathe in and feel the breath come all the way through the throat body, down the back. And exhale, release. Allow the chin to get a little bit closer to the chest. 2 more breaths. See if you can challenge yourself to take your breath as far as possible down your back body. And then drop the hands down by the side. Chin stays tucked into the chest. We're going to roll right over to the right shoulder. We're going to start with our left hand, and I want you to just take your hand flat like a pancake on the left side. And just start to push that hand back and forth in a way like you're washing a car or you're washing something. And just start to loosen up the left side of that neck body. It's very exposed, so we want to just be easy and gentle. Beautiful. Then relax that hand on the left side and take your right hand, lift it up, raise it overhead, release it so that it lays right on the left side of the head where the temple is. There you go. If this is too much for you, what you can do is you can take your left hand and place it on top of your left thigh, and that will alleviate some of the tension. And then slowly and gently you can just kind of let that hand come to the side. It may be this practice or it may be another practice when you do it, so just take your time. No need to rush. Now you're going to take that right hand, allow it to rise up, release it so it comes back down by the right thigh. Take the chin, tuck it back down into the chest. And before we go on to the other side, I just want you to notice how your left side feels compared to your right. Take a few breaths in. Notice this transitionary part of the pose. Left ear to the left shoulder. Again, you're going to have to keep your belly strong. Nice posture and alignment. Just the head tilts. Right ear, left ear to the left shoulder. Take your right hand, again, come into that flat position with the hand, just the palm, and then you're going to reverse forward and backwards. Breathing in, breathing out. And when you're ready, you can relax that right hand and then take your left hand, lift it up overhead, and then lay it on the right side of the temple. So it's basically released and it's resting. Again, if your right side is tense and it's really intense for you to do this, take your right hand and just place it on your right thigh. No sense in overdoing it or overstretching. But you may need more of that stretch, so you're welcome to keep your hand there, wherever it's most comfortable. Big belly breaths in. Still allow that breath to reach down through the back body as much as it does through the front. Then we're going to take our left hand, lift it up, lay it back down by the left thigh. Drop your chin back down into the center chest. Now you're going to feel the difference. Again, it's almost like this transitionary thing. Now this side feels more stretched than this side, right? So it's a transition. We want to try to even that out right now. We're going to do some head rolls, starting with 180-degree head rolls. Take your chin, allow your chin to be the center place where each roll passes through. We're going to begin with right ear to the right shoulder, rolling down through the center chest. Left ear, left shoulder. And I'd say try this at least 2 to 3 times before you start to try to do a full 360-degree rotation. If for some reason you're really just tense and this is like enough, don't do the full 360. Only do it if you feel like it's in your practice. And it doesn't actually mean that your whole head has to drop back on your back body. You can just kind of keep your head still and it's sight, like connecting to your shoulders. I don't know the best way to put it, but like you don't have to drop your head all the way back. Make sure you do the other side, right? We want to, if we did the left, we want to do the right, vice versa. There we go. Make it your own and then come back to center. Great. We're going to do the first flow of the class. So arms are going to lift, rise up, roll the shoulders away from the ears, look up, gaze up, and then come forward, belly touches the thighs, and allow the chin to tuck to the chest. Feel the length in the spine, full length of the spine, relaxing as your belly and your chest relax on your thighs. Your feet should be hips width apart. While you're down here, you can take your two fists, press them together, and make sure that they can go inside the inner arches of your feet. That's how you know your hips width apart, okay? Breathe in and out. Just allow this to be the first forward fold of the class. Doesn't have to go fast. And just notice it from the tips of your toes all the way to the crown of your head. On your next inhale, when you're ready, squeeze the core and start to lift up, lifting the chest off of the thighs, taking the shoulder blades, pulling them back behind you. Fingertips face one another. Runner's lunge, seated runner's lunge. I call this half lift, flat back. So allow your belly to be strong. Wrap the ab muscles around your back body. You have to use your abs. I want you to use your abs more than your lower back here. Lift up out of that pelvic bowl. Use the ground beneath you for support. This is why you're sitting in a chair and your feet are on the ground. You are grounded. We're not floating. So use the support. Breathe in and out and allow your weight to be carried by the floor beneath you as you drop your chest back down towards the thighs. Breathing in and out. Slowly, we're going to inhale, lift up through the half lift, flat back this time. Arms are going to rise all the way back up into that mountain pose. Rolling those shoulders away from the ears. You may start to feel a little bit more flexible. You're welcome to back bend if it's part of your practice, but it's not necessary. And then come back up so that your fingertips are facing the ceiling, and then bring the hands down by the sides gently, at least to the count of 4. If you want to do more, that's fine. Take your time. And then just kind of shake it out a little bit. All right, arms are going to lift, rise up, roll the shoulder blades back away from the ears. I want you to press into everybody wiggle your left foot. So press more into your left foot, and then take your right fingertips and lift them up and allow your left arm to just kind of bend a little bit and press more into that left foot. And then it's almost like you're going to push off of that left foot and come onto the other side. And then your left hand is going to lift up straight, your right arm is going to be bent, and more of the weight is going to fall into your right foot. And it's like you're bouncing back and forth. Okay, now you don't have to go far. If you just want to do little ones, like little mountain climbers, you can. But I was just exaggerating it. But if you do actually like that, you're welcome to do that, as long as you feel comfortable. Okay? Breathe in and out. Try to match the breath with the movement. So it may seem easy, but after about 4 or 5 of these, you're going to feel it in your arms. So squeeze. Imagine there's a rope and you're pulling the rope down. You're pulling whatever it is. Your intention is coming down into this practice. Breathing in and out to 2 more. Really use the resistance. Really use it. Come down and then bring them both down. Bring your hands down. Allow your hands to fists to be bundled together, okay? And then you're going to bring your hands down by the side and gently but quickly let go of your fingertips. And just feel the release. Feel the release, right? Let's do that again. You can make a fist on both sides. Feel the tension. Feel what it's like to feel the resistance. And then gently but quickly let go of the fingertips. Notice the difference between your hands when you extend them out. Maybe even stretch the hands out a little bit. Roll the wrist. Try to do about 3 each way. Good job. We're going to take our hands, lift them up overhead, roll the shoulders away from the ears, interlace the fingers, and press the palms up towards the ceiling. Right? Sit up a little bit taller in your seat. Squeeze that core. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. Good job, guys. You're doing great. All right, so now remember how we just lifted and pressed our weight into one side and the other? This time we're going to press our weight into the same side that we lean into, but we're going to keep both our feet on the ground, okay? So we're going to press more weight into the right foot, and we're going to lean over towards the right side. Well, we're also going to struggle. We're going to have to struggle a little bit to keep our left sit bone down on the ground and our foot on the ground, and then come back to center. Bring the hands down by the sides. Gently, count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's do that again. We're going to do the other side. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead, interlace the fingers, palms press up towards the ceiling, leaning over towards the left now. More weight falls into the left side. Hands press out towards the left, but you're keeping your right sits bone and your right foot into the ground as well, but you're allowing your weight to be held by your left side. Feel the stretch in the rib cage. Come back to center. Arms come down by the sides and roll them. Roll the wrist as you come down this time. Good job. Good job. Okay. Great. All right. So we're going to do a little bit something different with the series, and then we're going to come back into doing that. But we're going to then pivot. Okay. So I just want to prepare you for that. So bring your hands to your heart center. All right, fingertips touch. Start to take those fingertips and bring them towards the chest and towards the heart. You're going to keep the palms pressed in a prayer position for Namaste. And your Namaste is facing you, it's facing your heart. Breathe in, and on the exhale, start to twist those hands so that now that Namaste, those hands that are pressed together, are now facing towards the ground. And you can feel this stretch on the wrist and the inner forearms. Inhale, breathe in, tilt up. Breathing in, allow it to face you. Allow for a full breath cycle. And then on the next exhale, let it tilt down, exhaling away, pressing towards the ground. Inhaling up. Pressing back. And then back down. Good job. Last one. Pressing up. Back into the chest. And then come back into our Namaste position. And we're going to close our eyes. And for the rest of this practice, I want you to now set an intention for yourself. Just take a few moments with a few breaths. Try not to overthink it. Notice what you want to get out of this practice for today and see if you can put your all into doing that. Slowly take the hands, lift them up, reach them up overhead, palms pressed. Take the thumbs, press the thumbs together behind. Keep, and actually interlace all the fingers except for the index finger. Allow that to pop up. So roll the shoulders away from the ears, biceps by the ears, okay? Look up, gaze up. Bring your feet together, seated thunderbolts. Feet together, knees together, thighs together. Squeeze the core, look up, gaze up. Breathing in and out. And then we're going to come back, bring the hands, palms pressed, back into that prayer position. Okay, press a little bit more into the fingertips, and I want you to take your right elbow and just tilt it towards your left side. Pause for a moment there. Come back to center. We're going to take our left elbow and come to the left side. Squeeze in the core. Come back to center. This time I want you to undo the hands, and I want you to stretch so that you're looking over your left side. You can almost look at your left hand behind you, right hand's in front of you. Bring the palms, press them back, back to namaste, back to heart center. And we're going to go on to the other side. Now we're on the right side. Arms extend out. Left hand is in front of us. Right hand is behind us. Beautiful. Breathe in and out. Bring the hands back together. Back to namaste. Come back. Great. All right. You're going to take that elbow. So wiggle that right elbow. And now I want you to try to find a place to place your elbow. So if you are feeling like you're not too flexible today, you can take your right elbow and keep it on your right thigh. Okay? Make sure that your left elbow is facing the ceiling. But if you feel a little bit more flexible, you can take your right elbow and place it on the left thigh, or you can even hook it over. You can keep your hands pressed here in Namaste with the prayer hands, or you can go in for a flyaway, okay, where your right hand is down by the ground and your left hand is extended up. Now the thing is that the hand is not all the way back here and it's all the way over there or over there behind me. It's straight up. It's almost like my fingertips. If there was somebody that had a string on them, it would go right into the ceiling above me. Breathe in and breathe out. And just stay here for about 3 breaths. It really takes the breath to help you in a twist, in a spinal twist. Always remember the breath is your friend. Keep the belly strong. Keep the feet pressed into the ground. And gently, if your hands are not already in prayer, bring them back to that prayer position. If your hands are in prayer, great, you're here already. You're ahead of the game. Squeeze the core, come up. You're still facing that left side. You haven't come back to center yet, okay? Take your time and then come back to center. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, so now take the left elbow, wiggle the left elbow. Find a home for it, okay? So you can lay that left elbow on the left thigh, that's fine. Or you can cross it over. And then once you find your comfortable position, you can go in for a flyaway if that's up to you. I mean, if that's in your practice, or you can just stay right here with your hands in namaste. And by doing that, we just let go now of the left hand, and the left hand is flying down by the ground. And the right arm is now straight up towards the ceiling. And we're going to use our breath to help us loosen up our twist. Only the breath. No forcing with your body or trying to force your muscles. You're just gentle here. And mind you, if your hand is forward because you can't get it up all the way, that's okay. Just don't bring it behind you because then you're overextending. If it's in front of you, you just have more work to do, okay? So there's a difference. Breathe in and breathe out. And gently bring the hands back together if they're not there already. Come back up, squeeze in the core. You're lifting up out of the pelvic bowl. You're still facing the right side. Twist back to center. Take the hands, lift them up. Take that thumb, place it back down, and then interlace all the fingers except for the index finger. So you got your shotgun, roll the shoulders away from the ears, biceps to the ears, and then do a little tiny back bend in your thunderbolt. Okay, great. And then we're going to undo the hands, bring them down slowly by our sides, and then shake that out. Great. This is a little bit more strength and conditioning today. Okay. Good job. You can bring your feet back to hips width apart. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, lift up. Make sure you're using all your muscles in your body. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Allow the fingertips to come back up. Look up, gaze up. And then exhale, hands come down. by the sides. Good job. Let's do that a total of 3 more times. I'm going to walk you through this one. I'm going to go a little bit less dialogue the second one, and the last one is going to be completely your own, okay? So arms lift. And when we lift, remember, inhale, lifting up, filling up with strength. Exhale, flutter down. You're letting go of the air. You're deflating. Inhale, half lift, flat back. You're gathering your strength. You're ready for the race. Exhale, let go. Now you're done. You're done with the race. You're deflating. Arms lift up, come back up. You're about to take a bow, right? You're like, yes, I'm great. Thank you. Look up, gaze up, and then bring the hands back down with a smile. Yay. All right, let's do another one. I'm just going to go through the inhales and the exhales this time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, completely make it your own. Come on, guys, you know how to go through your flow. Go through your flow. There you go. Come on. Yes. Keep your eyes closed. Don't even watch me. Go through the flow. I know you can do it. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Don't worry if you miss a beat. It's okay. It's okay. We'll be back to center. Don't worry. Soon enough. Ah, beautiful. Yes. Give yourself a round of applause for that one. Good job. Good job. Yes, we've done it a lot of times. Let's go ahead now and let's loosen that up. I think I'm gonna, good job. All right, let's take our hands, lift them up, reach them up overhead, interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Look up, gaze up, and you're gonna lean towards your right. Now you're gonna pivot. Now we have a little bit more room. We're gonna pivot the body so that we're looking up through that arm, through the arm, the inner arm of the left, and you can almost see like the left elbow area, and you're looking up towards the ceiling. Keep your feet grounded into the floor. Allow your right side to compensate for the weight. Try to maybe shift some of that weight over to the left to stay grounded. And then come back to center. And then we're going to lean over towards the left side, pivoting the body again. So you're pulling back on that shoulder blade. You're looking up. You see the inside of your right arm. You see the ceiling. Again, compensate for the weight shift. Try to use your core. Try to stay strong. And then come back to center. And bring the hands down by the sides. This time when you bring it down by the side, I want you to interlace the fingers behind you and just lean forward. Now, when I say that too, there's an option. You can just lay those interlaced fingers on your sacrum, or you can actually stretch those arms out all the way. Your choice. Beautiful. And bring the hands back behind you. And shake it out. Good job. All right, we're going to get ready to stand, and I'm also going to tell you to get your chairs or get behind your chairs. Okay? So come up, take it easy. Make sure that you guys can see me. Put just a little bit more down. See my full body. I think you can. Great, great, great. So start to take a few breaths. Just relax the shoulders, relax the body. And if you can, tuck the tailbone in a little bit. So sometimes we have a tendency to sit with our, stand with our backs kind of like arched, or we're hunching forward. See if you can just adjust your posture just a little bit. Squeeze the core, bring in the lower part of the belly. Bring the hands to the top of the chair and just feel yourself here in space. Breathe in and breathe out. You're also welcome to keep your hands like kind of facing the wall in front of you if you feel comfortable. And this is just like a mountain pose. If you're standing, you're just starting to gather your balance. You're just gathering the temperature of your body right now. That's all you're doing. Your choice. Okay, bring your hands back to the chair if they're not there already. Take your right foot and start to lift up on your right foot. Lift up, squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes. Feel the weight shift into your left, and then gently bring that foot back down, but don't touch the ground with the foot. You're just going to allow it to kind of hover over the ground. Inhale, breathe in. Soften, make sure your left leg is soft, okay? Left knee is soft. All the work is coming from the glutes and from the leg using the breath. And now, last one on this side. You're holding on to the chair. Good job. Come back to center and just feel how your right side feels to your left. And now we're going to take our other side, our left side. So I'm going to come onto the left side. Lift up on that leg. Soften that right knee. Squeeze those glutes. Squeeze that core. Just trying to get this position and balance for your body for the rest of the poses. 4 times. Find the inhale and the exhale. There we go. Find the motion that you feel most comfortable with. And then come back to center. Good job. All right, so gently we're going to start to walk the body back and just find a comfortable position. We're not going all the way back into a flat back yet. We're just kind of in a down dog. So if you think about the triangle pose as opposed to the tabletop pose. So right now we're in a down dog. So when I come to this is down dog. And we're going to walk the dog out. We're going to lift up on our left heel and then our right heel. And we're going to use our elbows and we're just going to bend them. And use that as an anchor for us to start to just find our pose, okay? You're stretching it out. Maybe your chair starts to push in front of you a little bit. Maybe you start to walk back a little bit, wherever you feel most comfortable. But I really want you to pull down on the hip. So if you're down on your right side and your right leg is straight, I want your hip to be kind of pulled back behind you. Your left knee is bent. And then that will go on the other side as well. So now your left side is pulling back. It's a straight leg on the left side. The right knee is bent. The right heel is lifted up. And you're only on your right toes, okay? And you're really pulling back on that hip. Same goes for the other side. Until you just start to kind of loosen up that lower back. You're trying to just get a little bit of relief. And then we're going to finally walk and bring ourselves into that tabletop position. Hands are on top of the chair. And in the tabletop position, one of the things I want you to do is I want to make sure that even though your legs are kind of straight, that you have your knees softened at all times, okay? So try not to be rigid here. Try to keep your knees softened and allow the weight to also be distributed into your hands so that your hands on the chair are carrying some of this weight. And stretch out that back body until you feel most comfortable. So, you know, a lot of times if you have lower back problems, you're going to really want to overstretch here. So just be careful with that. And go to a place where you feel comfortable. Ease into it. And then just wobble to the left and to the right. Distributing your weight to the left, bending the knee, then to the right. And you're just gently opening up this part of the hip body. And then come to a stand, okay, where your tabletop is strong. You're now comfortable. You can take your head. We can come into some cat-cows. So look up, gaze up, allow your chin to come up, keep the knees soft, allow the belly to arch towards the ground beneath you. The hips rise towards the ceiling. And then you're going to reverse. Now the chin is going to come into the chest. The nape of that neck is decompressed, just like when we did our head rolls. The back now is a dome shape. Think about like a dome at a sports dome, okay, or a stadium. And there's a dome on top of it. That dome is now facing the ceiling. But the hips are now pressing down into the thighs. The weight is falling into the heels and the feet. and then reverse. One breath, one movement, and then start to walk it back up. Take it slow, squeezing the core, coming back to center. Arms rise, lift up your hands. If you want to only do one hand at a time, you can. Bring the hand back down, then do the other side. Breathing in and out. Good job. If you feel comfortable doing both hands, you can. So that's okay as well. Okay? Just whatever you feel most comfortable with. You're going to keep your right foot in front of you. Okay? So, get on the side. Right foot stays in front of you. You're going to take your left foot and you're going to bring it back behind you. All right? And the left foot is going to be like a train track. So if you are on train tracks, there's two train tracks. You're not on this one train track and you're wobbly. You have two train tracks, okay? So the left foot is on that one and it's facing forward. It's facing towards the chair. Your right knee is soft, okay? So if you look at my knee, I don't know if you can see it, but my right knee is bent just a little bit. It's not that it's not kind of straight. I always soften my knees, so I want you to soften your knees too, okay? Gently start to lean forward into your triangle pose. Feel the stretch on the hamstring, on the right hamstring, okay? And as you bring your face, it's going to come towards the chair. Even if you want, you can maybe even take your chin and just rest it on your chair, okay? And you're going to feel that. Good job. You don't have to rest it. You can also rest your forehead or you can just keep your head where it is. It's fine. You just want to make sure you're leaning forward. Inhale, breathe in, start to come up, squeeze the core. All right. Good job. All right. Now you're going to take your left foot, bring it back just a little bit more. Now you're going to pivot it so that it's at a 45-degree angle. All right. Because now we're about to come into our warrior pose. So you want to make sure that the foot is at a 45-degree angle. You're pressing more into the rim of the left foot. Okay? The right foot is still in front of us, but we're starting to bend the knee. As I say, some people are okay with being closer. Some people like the distance. Find your place. All right? That's your most comfortable. Then you're going to have your hands on your chair. All right? If you don't feel comfortable taking off your hands, don't take them off. Get yourself into that position where you feel comfortable. Imagine like there's a ball in between your legs. All right? If you're comfortable with one hand, bring one hand in the air. Hold on with the other hand. Breathe in and out. I would say bring your left hand into the air. All right? If you want to lift both, that's fine with me, but I'm going to continue to do it with one. And then you're going to open up into warrior two. Left hand comes behind you. There we go. Look over your right shoulder. Just like if you have both hands up, you would be looking over, look over that left shoulder. Lean forward like you're preparing to do a reverse warrior. So bring your shoulder a little bit down towards your chair and then push back and bring that left hand to your thigh and look up. If you're in reverse and you're okay with both hands up, it will look something like this. If you want to keep your fingertips on the chair, just try to push those fingertips on the chair, okay, rather than gripping the chair like this. You want to just give yourself a little bit of opportunity to get that stretch. Come back to center, back into warrior two. Come back into warrior one, so pivot the body. All right, you're going to bump the right hip back, bring the left hip forward. Bring both hands now back to the chair. And just for fun, I want to come back into that triangle pose and just find your place. Your legs are probably a little bit more looser now. So bring the foot as if it's facing the chair, again like on train tracks, and come forward. Breathing in and out. So you're stretching out that right hamstring again. Good job. Come back up to standing. And we're just going to do a downward dog. So walk it out wherever your downward dog is. Remember, we're doing downward dog, not flat back. All right, and then come back up, and we're going to do the other side. All right, so the left foot is the right and the left foot are now in front of us. So you want to take that left foot, keep it there in front of the chair. Take the right foot back. Okay, we're starting in triangle, so soften that left knee. Gently start to lean forward, bring the chest towards the chair. Again, the chin can go on the chair, the forehead can go on the chair. Wherever you want to go is fine. You're in triangle, so the feet are facing the chair. All right, you're getting that hamstring stretch in the back. That's all you're looking for, the back of the left leg. The right leg is just there for support. The right leg is behind you. Left leg is catching all the stretch. Gently come back up. All right, we're going to come right into it. So you're going to take your right foot now, and it's going to come to that 45-degree angle. Okay? Left foot is going to be in front of you, and you're going to start to bend that knee, making sure that the knee is stacked on top of the ankle. So you're preparing for your warrior. Both hands are on the chair. Great job. All right. So once you feel comfortable, imagine that there's like a ball in between your legs. You're lifting out of your pelvic bowl. You're completely activated. Take that right hand, lift that right hand up. Warrior one. Inhale and breathe in. Maybe look up. Exhale, warrior two. All right. Adjust your warrior as you need to. Look behind you. Look in front of you. Make sure you're looking in a way where you're completely active in warrior, okay? If you're looking at me, you're probably not looking over your shoulder unless your chair is facing the computer, all right? Lean forward just a little bit, bending that elbow, allowing the weight to fall into the left foot. Breathe in and out, and then exhale, reverse. Right hand comes to the thigh. The left hand kind of just has fingertips touching the chair. If you do want to do a full reverse, you can. Your choice. Okay. Come back up. Extend back into warrior two. Come back into warrior one. Hands come down. But we're going to come right back into triangle. So we're going to just take our legs where they are. If you want to adjust them a little bit, you can. Bring that foot so that it just kind of clocks back over like it's facing 12. Soften that left leg and come back to stretch that hamstring out again. Good job. Breathe in and out. Then slowly come back up. Bring both feet. And then come back into your downward dog. Walk it out however you feel most comfortable. Get your stretch. And then we're going to walk it all the way back into our half lift, flat back kind of pose, right? Or a tabletop. Our fingertips are on top of the chair. Softening the knees. We're going to allow ourselves to do a few more cat-cows. So take the head, look up, chin up, arching the belly so that the belly falls towards the ground, hips go up towards the ceiling. Then reverse, breathing in, allow the belly to come up, navel touches the spine. It's like the back body is domed towards the ceiling. Okay, chin to the chest. Hands are still on the chair. Inhale and breathe in, inhale and breathe out. Now reverse. And do that about 2 more times. Find your cat-cow, find your breath, find your rhythm. Remember not to overdo it. You can soften the knees, keep everything soft. And then we're going to come back to center. Walking up until we come to that position where we're rising. Allow our arms to come back into mountain pose the same way we started. And then bring the hands down by the sides. time it is. And we're going to bring our chairs back to where we started so that we can finish the practice. Take a few more breaths and then come to sitting. Just want to make sure you see me. All right. Get comfortable in your position. Good job. Take a few breaths in, feel the full length of the body. We're going to do one more pose to stretch out the lower part of our body. All right, hang on to your chair. Find your fingertips around the chair. Take your right foot, stretch it out in front of you. And then allow the heel to come down to the ground. Take your left, stretch it out, and then cross it on top of the right. Breathe in and out, and slowly start to lean forward. Drop the chin into the chest. Allow the nape of the neck to be loose so that you have that decompression. And this is an extended seated leg forward fold. Okay, so your legs are extended out in front of you, your forward fold. If you want to drop your hands by your side, you can. You're going to feel a nice stretch, not just on the top of the hamstrings, but now also through the back of the knees, through the back of the calf muscles, all the way down into the ankles maybe even. And you don't have to go far. Even if you're just like a millimeter forward, you might feel like that's enough for you. If some of you might be more flexible and feel like you're almost pancaked on top of your thighs. So try to just find your own space. Believe that you know what's best for your body and your needs. Breathing in and breathing out. On the next inhale, if your hands are not gripped onto the chair, you can place them on the chair, wrapping the fingertips around for support. Slowly half lift, flat back, squeezing the core, allowing the belly to rise, then the chest, then the head gently, breathing in and out, and eventually allowing the chin to lift. Take both feet, press them on the ground. We're going to go through a flow, and then we're going to do the other side. So arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands come to your chair, gripping the chair. Left foot comes out now in front of you, so lift up your left foot, place the heel down on the ground, and then take the right foot, cross it on top. Breathing in and out. And then slowly start to lower your chest body so you can come into a good extended leg, seated forward fold. And allow the chin to come a little bit closer towards the chest, but take your time, no need to rush. If you want to loosen the ankles, you can. You're just going to feel that stretch in the full length of the back leg body. If you want to let your hands go, that's fine, but you don't have to. Okay, so there are options. We always have modifications in yoga. Slowly bring your hands to the seat beneath you if they're not there already. And start to squeeze the core, allowing your belly to start to rise up. Gentle, very gentle. And then your chest, your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, and finally your head. Take a breath or two. Bring the feet back into that base position, and let's do our last forward flow, our last flow of the class. Arms rise. Last one. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, squeeze that core, come up. And you're going to bring your hands to a comfortable position on your thighs. Relax the shoulders. Relax the body. If you want to sky flip the hands on your thighs, you can. You don't have to. Wherever you want to place your arms for Savasana is fine. Continue to take a few breaths in and out. You're going to congratulate yourself on a job well done. You didn't have to come to class today, but you did. Continue to breathe and take the breaths from this place of intention, place of celebration and relaxation for all the hard work that you did today. Relax the feet, the legs, the hips. Relax the belly, the chest, the arms, the neck and the head. Breathing in and out. Going to ring the singing bowl. You can continue with your Savasana. If you'd like to continue in meditation or Savasana, you may do so for as long as you like by leaving the session now. Otherwise, we will close class together. When you're ready, take a few breaths in. Intentionally allow some light to come into your eyes. Wiggle the toes. Wiggle the fingertips. Bring the arms up overhead and bring the hands together to prayer. You can bring the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today, and namaste. Thank you.